How was it, Mohammed, anyway, to be a Negro boy in the South?
We say black now.
All right, black.
I know
All
what
right,
you're talking about.
all right. Is it not the same thing?
What? No, Negro. We are taught that all people are named after country. Chinese are named after China. Cubans are named after Cuba. Irish people are named after Ireland. Indonesians named after Indonesia. Japanese are named after Japan. Australians are named after Australia. But there's no country named Negro.
All right, then let me.
You understand?
I understand.
You're not as dumb as you look.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to begin by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and others, a great millstone, and Shabbat Shalom to the hopeful elect, as it is, March 6th, at 11 o'clock at night, sundown, so it is Sabbath, right? But as you can see from the video, right, that I played before with Muhammad Ali, right, which, you know, it's not like he was in the truth or anything, but point still is all the same, right? So this is a perfect scripture to kick it off with, because this is prophecy, right? It was prophesied that we would be named everything but, right? Everything but the nation of Israel, which we truly are, right? So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. It says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee," right? So it says we're going to become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. A byword, man. So what have we been called throughout the years, right? Negro. Well, you know, specifically about the Negroes, because, you know, Israelites are your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? But specifically, you know what I'm saying, for the video sake that we watched in the beginning, right, we've been called what? Negroes, blacks, Afro-Americans, African-Americans, niggas, you know what I'm saying? We've been called everything but children of Israel, man. We've been called everything but, right? And, you know, so you may have ignorant people who say, well, we're called African Americans because we came from Africa, and yeah, no, that's not how that works, right? Africa is named after a so-called white man. So is America, right? And you didn't descend from so-called white men, right? So really, when you really get to the nitty-gritty, to the meat on the bone, right, none of those people should be called any of those things, right? Because the Lord created 18 nations, right? So everybody belongs to those nations, right? These biblical nations, right? You know, just because, you know, they may call themselves after their own lands, right? It doesn't change anything. The scriptures tell us. Well, I'm going to read it. This is Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. It says, "There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that shall come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also, Slakia, is vanity and vexation of spirit," right? But the point is what? There's no end of all the people, right? So the Israelites didn't go away. The Edomites haven't went away. The Hamites didn't go away. The Elamites didn't go away. Ishmaelites, Moabites, Ammonites, so on and so forth. These nations have not gone away, right? It all goes back to how the Lord sanctioned it to be, how the Lord had it to be, right? But getting back to the point of this video, right, which his purpose is to show that these things are just prophesied, man. You know, it was prophesied like going back to Deuteronomy, right? these things would happen to us. We wouldn't be called who we were supposed to be called, right? And they know this. They know who we truly are. They, as in the elites, right? The elites of this world. They know. Speaking of that, I have this scripture, right? This is Psalms 83 and verse 3. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, right? They're taking crafty counsel. The elites of this world, they know, like I said earlier, right? If you look up the matter of fact, they took out books of the Bible, right? The Apocrypha. But if you actually look up the definition, let's type in definition. What does it mean? Come on, don't do that. There it is. Right, this is Britannica.com, right? Because this right here, this is not the definition of it. This is just what the Apocrypha is, right? But it literally means to hide away. They hid these things, right? They took these things out of the scriptures, right? Again, it says the word Apocrypha literally means hidden away, right? And there's no coincidence of what happened with it, right? Well, we can read this little part, right? The Apocrypha is a selection of books which were published in the original 1611 King James Bible. These apocryphal books were positioned between the Old and New Testament. It also contained maps and genealogies. The Apocrypha was a part of the KJV for 274 years until being removed in 1885 AD. Right? So, what happened around this time, right? I said, I couldn't remember what year it was specifically, but 1865, right? 1865, 20 years prior, right? The slaves were, quote unquote, freed. 1865. Right. This is when, the Civil War came to an end, out of abolishing slavery in the U.S. Or so it was supposed to, right? But it's no coincidence, 20 years later, after slaves are freed and we're able to, they're able to read and so on and so forth, learn, gain an education, develop their own ideas, if you will, that they decided to take, the Apocrypha out. Because there's powerful things in the Apocrypha, right, in these books. Right, but again, that's not the point of the video. Right, so getting back to Psalms 83 and verse 4 now, it says, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be no more in remembrance. Right, so again, and I guess it does go with the Apocrypha, right? Because they didn't want us to remember these. They didn't want this to come back into, our remembrance, right? But it's all through the Spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? As he, all things are on his time, right? He decided to wake up the elder apostles, beginning around the 70s, right? And it's grown from there, right? But again, they didn't want us to be named Israel. They don't want us to know, You know what I'm saying? Where we come from. And us as a people, we're so ignorant. They don't consider, man, which is why I wanted to get this, right? This is one of the first scriptures that you bring out when, somebody was new, right? But this is Isaiah 1:3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider, man. And that's the same way it is right now, right? It's the same way it is right now. Verse 4, it says, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, right? A people laden with iniquity. They don't have any reluctance to add sin upon sin, right? That's what iniquity is. It says, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, for they have forsaken Yahweh, right? When it has Lord in all caps, it's really the name of Yahweh, right? Not Yahweh, not Yeshua, not Elohim, not Yahuwah, any other name. It's Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Yahweh being the Father, Bahashem meaning in the name, Yahushua the Son, right? It says they have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are away. They are gone, Salakia, away backward, man. That's the state of Israel, right? That's the state of Israel. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we've come back. There's been a great awakening, right? And so really I'll close out with this. This is Romans 13:11. It says, and that knowing the time, that it is now high time to awake out of sleep. For now our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. So it's it's high time, right? Let's see what other versions are saying. NLT says this is all the more urgent, for you know how late it is. Time is running out. Wake up, for our salvation is nearer than when we first believed, man. So, like you said, time running out. Time is running out. But we can end it right there. Lord willing, it was edifying. So we're going to end by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, others, a great millstone. Shalom to